YouTube? It's your girl Kimberly. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. In this video, I am going to be talking about hairstyling prices and changes in the hair care industry. So if you want to hear more and hear my 2 cents, keep watching. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. If you want to hear more videos on hair care, nail care, skin care, beauty, tech, travel, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on anything, and it's free, and it's a great way to keep, every time you come to YouTube, you'll have something that you know you're gonna watch. Also, if you like the video, like the video. So what sparked this whole conversation for me was Upgrade Boutique, which is a company that I buy my weave from, bundles to make U-part wigs. They put up a post, which is a picture of Mallory Smith's, it looks like a Facebook message. So this is from their Instagram, so I'm just reading what it says. So she said, never in my 10 years of being a hairstylist, of being a stylist, has business ever been this slow. Oh my God. So basically underneath the post, because it was reposted on Instagram, on the Upgrade Boutique Instagram, and you can probably go there and still see it, basically is a litany of people saying all the different reasons why they don't get their hair done at the salon anymore. So for instance, one person's like, so basically Upgrade Boutique made a comment like, are y'all scaling back because of the economy? Is it because of customer service? Like, what is pricing, customer service, what's driving your decision to scale back on getting your hair done, right? So some people were like, customer service is bad and I'm not going to pay all this money and I don't get the service that I like. Some people were saying the services are bad, so like I have to wash my hair, blow dry my hair just for you to do my hair, but washing and blow drying is the hardest part, so if I can do that at home I could figure out the rest. Then people saying overcharging, so people get a ponytail hairstyle. One woman gave an anecdote that she got a ponytail hairstyle. It lasted for 3 days and she paid $150, and it was just a mess after the 3 days, and then she had to end up redoing it herself. Some people are basically saying they went for a sew-in and the sew-in was $500. So people just saying prices, customer service, all different kind of anecdotes, and I just thought it was really interesting. What I will say is that I've definitely, compared to when I was younger, so when I was in high school, it was very much so the wash and set era. So I do have relaxed hair, so every 2 weeks I would go to the local Dominican hair salon and I would get a wash and set. After they washed my hair, deep conditioned it, they would put the rollers on, sit under the dryer. After that, do the blow dry with the comb and the barrel, flat iron a little bit, wrap my hair, and then my hair would be like that for 2 weeks. Now we know that that's an excessive amount of heat damage and not healthy to do at all, but it was early 2000s, so we didn't understand it that much, and it looks so cute, so like I couldn't help it. Then I kind of transitioned into getting, and I would intermittently get cornrows. I would then get weaves when I was going away to college, so every 8 weeks I would come home, go to my local hair salon, get a touch up, new weave, and then go back away to college. And then I would do that every 8 weeks until it was the summertime, and then the summertime I would just wear my hair in a bun. Then once I graduated, undergraduate, when I went to grad school, then I learned about like U-part wigs and stuff. So then I did have a few last couple sew-ins, but then eventually I started learning about U-part wigs and making them, and then I've been wearing wigs ever since, U-part wigs ever since. So I will say with my U-part wig journey, I did start off by paying to get one made. I paid to get 2 made, and neither of them fit correctly. So then I was like, well then clearly I might as well just try this myself. So I bought the 8-inch doobie hair and I made a short little doobie U-part. And once I figured out how to do the construction and lay the weave the correct way with the beauty supply store hair, I then bought virgin hair and started making my own U-part wigs. So people's main complaints were the service, the price, and then the service, the price, and then doing it yourself. One, I will say that in terms of the price, everything is going up. Like nails have gone up, pedicures have gone up, manicures have gone up, gas is going up, rent's going up, food's going up, clothes have gone up. So it's like I remember when Old Navy jeans used to be $20. Like, they're now about to hit like 60 or 59 or something ridiculous. So I feel like the price of everything is going up, so the expectation that the price of hair is not going to go up is not good. My whole thing is the rate that it goes up. So in, what was it, 2008, 2009, you could get a sew-in for $125, $150. How do we go up to $500? Whereas nails went from $40 to like $80 or like $60, you know? So it's like the jump is not as much. So I will also, that's what I will say about the price. Yes, I understand the price of everything's going up, but some of y'all are taking it too far. And that's just it. You have to know your market, know your skill set, know your audience. And yes, there are a lot of like celebrity hairstylists that people are flying across the country and paying $1,500 just to get a sew-in that's gonna only last for like 4 weeks because it's the eye tips and it's not even regular wefts. But my whole thing is everybody can't do that. Most people can't afford that. And because a hairstyle is something that you want repetitively, you're not going to invest like that. Another thing is that hair was cheaper back then. So when we were getting $125 sew-ins, we were getting the $40, $30 pack hair. We were using it one time, right? So now when you're talking about bundles, most of us, you end up paying like close to $800 to $1,000 for the hair. So that money is one cost. Then you're talking about to keep reinstalling it. Now, do I want to pay $500 to install it because I already paid $1,000 for the hair, so now we're talking about $1,500, so which is like rent for people. So it's like, no, we're not going to do that. So you got to cut back somewhere. Another thing that people didn't really bring up was YouTube. Before, when it was in the late 90s, early 2000s, if you wanted to learn a hairstyle, someone either like saw somebody else who did it and then they're trying to copy it, or someone would teach you how to do it, and it was like an oral history of like how to do this hairstyle. You know, real hairstylists would take like classes and stuff and learn, but for the rest of us, it's like a friend of a friend's gonna teach you how she did this braiding style and then you could try to recreate it. YouTube is a godsend. We're getting the step-by-step of what products to use, what hair to buy, what time to put it in, which way is the best way to do it. It is phenomenal, and it is such a great education tool. And I feel like so many people who have had issues with price and time, because that's another thing, a lot of hair salons, your appointment's at 12, they don't start you to 12:45. Now you're late for your next event. If you just do it at the house yourself, you can make sure you're not late and that your hair's done exactly how you want it. So that's another thing. But YouTube has been a key thing to help people to learn new skills, myself included. Like, I was not doing makeup like this out the jump, okay? This is years of YouTube. But yeah, so I think that's what's happening with a lot of people. I imagine the same way that I learned how to do wigs and make hair pieces myself. I'm pretty sure a lot of people learn how to do braids, people doing crochet. And especially once you learn how to do it on yourself, then you can definitely do it on your friends and your homegirls. And at that point, we could be bartering, like, listen, next Saturday you could bake some pies for me, or cook some food, or wash my kids, or write some business stuff for me, and then I'll do your braids, or I'll make you part wig, or I'll help color your hair. But that's a little more dangerous. But you know, people, now that we have the skills ourselves, you're going to work within your community to help each other get their hair done. So I will say I do still go to a hairstylist, because for a relaxer, everybody I know who used to do the kitchen at home relaxers, it was devastating to their hair, and they ended up having to either go natural or cut it all off, or it was just patchy and damaged. And two, I have a trusted hair professional who I entrust with the chemicals on my head and make sure I don't get burns, make sure that I still have a full head of hair. So because I do have somebody that I can trust, that I go to, I understand that the average person, like, it's hard to find a stylist. So you might be like, I'd rather burn my head up at home than go to a salon and have somebody burn it up. But because I have somebody I trust to do my relaxers, it's always, I'm gonna go to her. It's just, when could I get booked? Like, I'm go to you. So And I do feel bad that so many people are just like, I need a hairstylist. Do you know someone who does locks? Do you know someone who does this, do that? And I'd be like, I'm sorry, and I don't want to just tell you to go to Style C, but if I ask around, I can see if I can get some recommendations, and we can search for you, girl. How long are you willing to drive? Or what's your mile radius that you're willing to go for a good hair professional? Because another thing is customer service. People being ghosted by hair professionals. The hey boo, I'm gonna reschedule you, be late, tell you some bad news texts. And the fact that this is like a universal experience for black women going to hair salons is actually so sad. That's like, who taught y'all to send the hey boo, I'm hungover and I'm not gonna make it text? Like, who is teaching this class so we can shut it down exponentially? Let me stop. I totally understand things happen, but my thing is, if you're going to want grace for being late, rescheduling, and not doing the things for people, then you better give that grace back when people are late, having to reschedule their appointments and do all the things, because you want that grace too. So it's definitely about an open line of communication, just to be like, what day could I bring it? Is that not a good day for you? Okay, let me check my schedule, see what is a good day, what's a good time. If you have some booking in advance, let me put down my deposit and do all the things to try to align with you and communicate with you, so we can have a smooth service, and I'll be there when you expect, and we can do the things, and I can give you the money. I will also say that in terms of customer service, I do know that a lot of people feel a way about like the booking rules and the this and the that, and you can't be late, and if you want this you got to pay extra, and it's $100 for every minute and all this kind of stuff. It is a lot, and it's so much easier just to skip all of that and figure it out yourself. So I think that also contributes to it. I do think that there's always going to be a certain contingent of people who you just want that pampering treatment to get your hair done by somebody else, and it's just like your arms aren't up all this time and you're not doing it yourself. So I feel there's always going to be people who want that, like myself included. Like, I probably could learn how to do a relaxer, but I'm not going to. I don't want to have my arms up trying to do it rapid speed so that way my hair doesn't fall out. That sounds horrible. So I think there's always going to be a group of people getting their hair done. It's also going to be about hairstylists repositioning their businesses and changing practices in order to keep customers. I saw in the comments there was a salon owner who says they give out free scalp and hand massages, back massages, that they're doing snacks, free complimentary drinks, cell phone chargers, like stations if people want to use their laptops while they wait, like, and that they have this whole kind of experience besides just getting your hair done, so that way they can cater to customers. So I thought that was a really good idea. But yeah, I think so many of us at this point have learned so much, and especially if you wear the same style over and over again, like you could learn how to do it. And now that that's the era that we're in, hairstylists have to realize their only competition isn't only each other, it's also the fact that me and my homegirls or my friends, or just me by myself, could sit in front of YouTube and try to learn how to do it. I would definitely say, especially like with braids, I can't braid. I could box braid like not real hair. I can box braid my natural hair that is like after I get my relaxer or whatever, and even when I have like new growth, I could like do a box braid. But in terms of like adding in extra hair to make long braids, no, I can't do that. So I'm always gonna pick somebody to do that. But there are certain styles that I'm gonna do. Even when I'm seeing people doing like updos with the buns and the wrap the track and then you like pin it, I'm like, I could do that. The whole slicking of it when it's wet with the gel, I got a dryer at home. Like, we can finagle this if we need to. So I think that is really the biggest, because of the prices going, and I don't even think it's this recession, which is debatable depending on what finance person you ask. Some people, we've been in a recession, some people are not. But because of the Great Recession of 2008, when a lot of us were trying to be outside, as people say now, and prices were going up, plus a lot of people were struggling to get jobs and stuff, especially after like when people, recent grads from college and early talent, it was a really hard time at that point. So a lot of people then started learning, oh, I gotta do this myself in order to save money. Plus that was like the beginnings of YouTube how-to tutorials and stuff. So I think learning from that, we just for years have been doing it. And then I think Gen Z and Generation Alpha, they're watching us like, oh, you're figuring out the braids from the You're figuring out the braids from the YouTube. Now I'm gonna do that when I get older. Shake and Go Hair is a company that they have Milky Way, they have Free Trust, they have a lot of different hair brands, and I follow them on Instagram, and most of their posts are people installing braids, twists, crochet on themselves. Like, they don't even really highlight stylists. It's all just like buy the hair and do it at home. So even the hair products industry is putting out content where they're pushing the stylist out the picture. There's a few posts every once in a while where they'll show somebody doing somebody else's hair, somebody braids, but it's a lot of like parents doing children's hair and then people doing their own hair. Even people with like a mirror in the back, like, and then this is how I part it. I got the 2 little mirrors set up from Amazon because, and then plus the pandemic, remember when all the salons and stuff were closed depending on where you lived? So then that was another time when it was like, okay, I gotta figure out how to do my own hair. So because of all these little anecdotal time periods of like I have to do my own hair because of insert financial world issue here, I think we're now at the point where so many people are used to doing styles themselves that they're just not trying to go back to paying. And then now that they see how high the prices are compared to when they were paying before, they're like, I'm not doing it. So if you are included in these people, let me know where you fit. Are you team I still go to the salon for everything? Are you team I do everything myself and I don't be at the salon? Are you team hybrid? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. So thank you so much for taking the time to hear my 2 cents, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.